Here's your horror crime story with a suspenseful build-up and a shocking climax. Horrified after learning girlfriend's evil secret, Ethan sat in the dimly lit room, the glow of a single lamp casting eerie shadows on the walls. His fingers trembled as he scrolled through the messages. The words on the screen blurred, his mind refusing to accept them. How could she? A cold sweat trickled down his back. The room felt smaller, tighter, suffocating. The messages were between Lily and someone else. Not a friend, not family. Someone sinister. Someone who knew too much about him. His habits, his fears, his routine. Each message dripped with malice. Asterisk, he trusts me completely. Asterisk, asterisk, he never suspects a thing. Asterisk, asterisk, tomorrow night is perfect. Asterisk, his breath hitched. Tomorrow night. Tonight. The wooden floor creaked behind him. His spine stiffened. A soft, familiar voice cut through the silence. Asterisk, Ethan, what are you reading? Asterisk, his pulse thundered in his ears. Slowly he turned. Lily stood in the doorway. Her face was calm, too calm. Her lips curled into a slow, knowing smile. Her eyes gleamed with something dark, something wrong. He tried to speak, but his throat locked. Lily stepped closer. In her hand, something glinted under the dim light. A knife. Small, sharp, personal. Asterisk, I was hoping you'd find out sooner. Asterisk. The words dripped like poison. His legs refused to move. His breath came in shallow gasps. The messages flashed through his mind. Asterisk, tomorrow night is perfect. Asterisk, asterisk, he never suspects a thing. Asterisk. He had been sleeping beside a monster. And now, he was wide awake. Lily took another step. The door clicked shut behind her. The last sound he heard was her whisper. Asterisk, too bad, Ethan. Asterisk. Darkness swallowed the room. Would you like me to tweak the pacing or add more details? Here's the continuation of the story, keeping the tension high and the suspense gripping. Darkness swallowed the room. Ethan's breath came in ragged gasps. He stumbled backward, his hands scrambling for anything, asterisk, anything asterisk, to protect himself. Lily's footsteps were slow, deliberate, a predator savoring the moment. You were never supposed to know, she murmured. The blade twirled in her fingers. A wicked dance of steel and shadow. Ethan's heart pounded against his ribs. Lily, please. She tilted her head, mocking, amused. Asterisk, please. Asterisk, she repeated, her voice honeyed with false sympathy. Asterisk, oh Ethan, that's cute. Asterisk. The knife glinted as she took another step. He lunged for the nightstand. His fingers closed around the heavy lamp. He swung. Glass shattered. Light exploded into 1,000 sparks. Lily shrieked as shards sliced across her arm. Ethan didn't wait. He ran, bolted for the door, fingers fumbling at the handle. Locked. His stomach twisted. Behind him, Lily's breathing turned ragged. Not from pain, from rage. Asterisk, you ruined it. Asterisk, she screamed. A sudden rush of movement. A shadow lunging toward him. Ethan ducked. The knife grazed his shoulder, burning like fire. Pain shot through him, but he didn't stop. He grabbed the edge of the dresser, pulled it down. The heavy wood crashed between them. A moment of silence. Then footsteps. Rushing. Ethan yanked the door open. He sprinted down the hallway. The apartment felt endless. The walls closed in. His vision blurred. Behind him, laughter. Soft. Unhinged. Asterisk, you can't run forever, Ethan. Asterisk. He reached the front door. Fumbled with the lock. His hands were slick with sweat. Footsteps. Closer. Almost there. The lock clicked. He yanked the door open. Cold night air slammed into his face. Freedom. He bolted into the street. Lights. People. Safety. He turned, chest heaving. Lily stood in the doorway. Calm again. Smiling. Blood dripped from her fingers. She raised the knife to her lips. Pressed a kiss to the blade. Asterisk, see you soon, love. Asterisk. Then, she vanished into the dark. And Ethan knew. It wasn't over. Not even close. Would you like me to continue? Or does this ending work for you? Here's the continuation, keeping the suspense and tension high. Ethan's legs trembled. His breath came in sharp, uneven gasps. The city buzzed around him. Honking cars, distant laughter, the hum of streetlights. Normal life. As if nothing had happened. As if Lily wasn't standing there, watching him, whispering promises of something worse. His fingers dug into his pocket. Phone. He pulled it out, nearly dropping it in his panic. 911. The ringing felt endless. Asterisk 911. What's your emergency? Asterisk. Words stuck in his throat. He turned back toward the apartment. Lily was gone. The doorway empty. A void of darkness where she had stood just seconds ago. Asterisk HLO? Asterisk he stammered. Asterisk someone tried to kill me. Asterisk. The dispatcher's voice remained calm. Asterisk, are you safe now, sir? Asterisk. Safe? He wasn't sure he'd ever be safe again. Asterisk. I think so. She's gone. Asterisk. Asterisk. Who is she? Asterisk. His mouth felt dry. Asterisk. My girlfriend. Asterisk. The words felt foreign. Wrong. Lily wasn't his girlfriend anymore. She was something else. Something monstrous. Stay where you are. Officers are on their way, the dispatcher assured. Ethan nodded, though no one could see. His fingers clenched the phone. His shoulder throbbed where the knife had grazed him. Blood seeped into his shirt. The night air felt colder now. Unforgiving. Minutes crawled by. Each second stretched into eternity. His eyes darted to every shadow. Every alley. Every moving figure. Where is she? Red and blue lights slashed through the night. Sirens wailed, breaking the silence. Relief crashed over him. Two officers approached. A man and a woman, both with cautious expressions. Asterisk, Ethan Carter? Asterisk, he nodded quickly. Asterisk, tell us what happened. Asterisk, he did. Everything. The messages. The knife. The locked door. The chase. The smile. The woman officer frowned. Asterisk, and you're sure she's gone? Asterisk, she disappeared, Ethan whispered. Asterisk, she was right there. And then she wasn't? Asterisk. The officers exchanged glances. A silent conversation passed between them. The male officer stepped aside, speaking into his radio. Ethan's pulse pounded. Asterisk, what? Asterisk, he demanded. Asterisk, what is it? Asterisk. The female officer hesitated. Then, asterisk, sir. There's no record of a Lily matching your description. Asterisk. The words slammed into him. He blinked. Asterisk what? Asterisk. Asterisk, we checked our system. No ID. No address. No records of her ever existing. Asterisk. His blood ran cold. No, that wasn't possible. That's not. The officer held up a hand. Asterisk, sir. How long have you known her? Asterisk. Ethan opened his mouth. Paused. His stomach twisted. How long? It felt like years. But now that he thought about it, the memories blurred. Shadows of laughter. Faded touches. His mind clawed for something solid. Something real. Nothing came. A lump formed in his throat. The female officer's voice softened. Asterisk, are you sure Lily was real? Asterisk. Ethan's knees buckled. The world tilted. The streetlights flickered. Here's the next chilling continuation of the story. Ethan's vision swam. The world around him felt unreal. The flashing red and blue lights blurred together, painting the street in shifting colors. Asterisk, are you sure Lily was real? Asterisk. The officer's words dug into his brain like claws. His breathing grew shallow. His hands trembled. She was real, he whispered. He wasn't crazy. He knew he wasn't. He had held her, kissed her, loved her, hadn't he? The officers exchanged another glance. Asterisk, sir, why don't you come with us? Asterisk, the female officer said gently. Asterisk, just to the station. We can talk there. Asterisk. Ethan hesitated. He didn't want to go anywhere. Didn't want to step into another enclosed space. Didn't want to feel trapped again. But standing here wasn't safe either. Nowhere was. Finally, he nodded. The officers led him to the squad car. The seats were cold, unforgiving. He pressed his forehead against the window as they drove. Streetlights flickered past. Each one cast long, twisted shadows. His reflection in the glass stared back at him. Haunted. exhausted. His shoulder throbbed where the knife had grazed him. Blood dried against his skin, but the pain grounded him. Lily had been real. She was real. The messages, the attack, the smile. He closed his eyes. And then, the radio crackled. Asterisk dispatch. We have a situation. Asterisk. The officer driving picked up. Asterisk go ahead. Asterisk. A pause. Static. Then, asterisk, we just checked the apartment. Asterisk. Asterisk, no signs of forced entry. Asterisk. Asterisk, no signs of struggle. Asterisk, Ethan's stomach twisted. Asterisk, we also checked security footage. Asterisk. Asterisk, sir. We only see Ethan entering and leaving. Asterisk. Asterisk, no sign of anyone else. Asterisk. His blood ran cold. No, he murmured. The officers turned toward him. Asterisk, that's not possible. Asterisk. His pulse hammered in his ears. Asterisk, she was there. She. Asterisk. He stopped. Something moved outside the window. A shape in the darkness. Standing beneath a flickering streetlight. A woman. Long hair. A familiar silhouette. His breath caught. His fingers dug into the seat. The light flickered again. And she was gone. His heart slammed against his ribs. No. No, no, no. His eyes darted back to the officers. They were still looking at him, waiting for him to speak. She was real, he whispered. The squad car turned a corner. The street behind them faded into the night. But Ethan knew. Lily was still watching, still smiling. And she wasn't done with him. Not yet. Would you like me to continue? Or does this work as an eerie, open-ended conclusion? Here's the continuation, keeping the suspense and psychological horror gripping. Ethan sat in the cold interrogation room. The air smelled of old coffee and metal. A single flickering light buzzed overhead. His hands rested on the steel table, fingers twitching. The officers had left him alone for now. To think, to remember. But all he could do was replay the last few hours. Lily's smile. The knife glinting in her hand. The blood seeping through his shirt. The security footage. No sign of her. His pulse pounded. His mind spiraled. He wasn't crazy. He wasn't. A soft creak. The door opened. The female officer walked in, holding a folder. She sat across from him. Calm. Patient. Ethan, we did some digging, she said. Her voice was careful. Measured. Asterisk, we checked your records. Asterisk. Asterisk, your apartment lease. Asterisk. Asterisk, your work history. Asterisk. She slid the folder across the table. Asterisk, there's no record of Lily ever living with you. Asterisk. Ethan's stomach clenched. His fingers curled into fists. Asterisk, that's not possible. Asterisk. She opened the folder. Inside were documents, reports, photos. His apartment empty. Only his name on the lease. No pictures of her. No signs of another person. It was like she had never existed. Asterisk, check my phone. Asterisk, Ethan snapped. Asterisk, the messages. The proof is there. Asterisk, the officer sighed. She pulled out his phone, slid it toward him. Asterisk, look for yourself. Asterisk, his breath hitched. He grabbed the phone, opened the messages, scrolled frantically. But nothing. The thread was gone, vanished. Like she had never texted him at all. His vision blurred. His head pounded. Asterisk, no, 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 no. Asterisk, he slammed the phone on the table. Asterisk, she was real. Asterisk, the officer leaned forward. Asterisk, Ethan, when did you meet Lily? Asterisk, the question froze him. His mouth opened. Nothing came out. His brain reached back, through months of memories. But they were fuzzy, blurry, like trying to hold on to smoke. His breathing grew shallow. Asterisk, I don't know. Asterisk, the officer's voice softened. Asterisk, Ethan, are you sure she wasn't just in your head? Asterisk, his blood ran ice cold. He shoved his chair back. Asterisk, no, she was there. Asterisk, asterisk, she tried to kill me. Asterisk, the officer sighed. She closed the folder. Asterisk, we're going to keep you here for observation, Ethan. Asterisk, asterisk, for your safety. Asterisk, his chest tightened. Asterisk, you think I'm crazy. Asterisk, she didn't answer. She didn't need to. The door clicked shut behind her. Silence filled the room. Ethan buried his face in his hands. Tried to breathe. Tried to think. Then, a faint sound. Soft. Sweet. A whisper. Asterisk, see you soon, love. Asterisk. His head snapped up. The room was empty. The door locked. The lights buzzed overhead. But on the table, a single item that hadn't been there before. A knife. Small. Sharp. Personal. His breath caught in his throat. And in the mirror's reflection. Behind him, a figure. Long dark hair. A knowing smile. Lily. Waiting. Watching. And this time, there was nowhere to run. Would you like me to continue? Or does this work as a final, chilling twist? Here's the next chilling continuation of the story. Ethan's throat tightened. His body froze. A cold, paralyzing fear wrapped around him. The reflection in the mirror didn't move. Didn't blink. Lily stood behind him, her head tilted, her smile widening. I told you, Ethan. Her voice was a whisper slithering into his ears like poison. Asterisk, you can't escape me. Asterisk. His breath hitched. His shaking hand reached for the knife. His fingers barely brushed the handle. The lights flickered. The air grew heavy. The mirror warped, Lily's figure distorting. Then, the room plunged into darkness. Ethan's pulse thundered. His ears strained. Silence. But not empty silence. Something was in here with him. Breathing. Waiting. Then, a soft footstep. Right beside him. Ethan bolted from the chair, stumbling backward. Asterisk, stay away. Asterisk, he gasped. The lights flickered back on. The room was empty. The knife was gone. The mirror reflected only him. His chest heaved. His mind reeled. What was happening to him? The door burst open. The officer rushed in, her face sharp with concern. Asterisk, Ethan, what's wrong? Asterisk. His lips parted, but no words came. She followed his gaze to the mirror. Frowned. Asterisk, Ethan. What are you looking at? Asterisk. He swallowed hard. Asterisk, she was here. Asterisk. The officer sighed, rubbing her temples. Ethan. Asterisk, Lily isn't real. Asterisk. His head snapped toward her. Asterisk, she is. Asterisk. Asterisk, she was right there. Asterisk. But even as he said it, doubt clawed at his brain. Had she been there? Or was his mind unraveling? The officer crouched in front of him. Asterisk, listen to me. Asterisk. Asterisk, you've been through a traumatic event. Asterisk. Asterisk, sometimes the brain plays tricks on us. Asterisk. Asterisk, maybe Lily was never real. Asterisk. The word sent a violent shiver down his spine. He couldn't trust her. Couldn't trust anyone. Not when he could still feel Lily's presence. Not when he could still hear her voice. Asterisk, I'm always with you, love. Asterisk. The officer didn't hear it. Didn't see the shadow moving in the corner. Didn't see the way Lily's reflection lingered in the mirror. Smiling. Watching. Waiting. Ethan squeezed his eyes shut. Maybe he was crazy. Maybe they were right. Or maybe Lily was just getting started. Would you like me to continue? Or does this unsettling psychological horror ending work for you? Here's the next eerie continuation of the story. Ethan sat in the interrogation room, gripping the edge of the table. His nails dug into the cold steel. His heartbeat pounded in his ears. She was here, he whispered again. The officer sighed. Asterisk, Ethan, you need rest. We can get you help. Asterisk, help? They thought he was insane, but he knew the truth. Lily wasn't a hallucination. She was real, and she was still here. Somewhere. Watching. Waiting. The officer stood, heading for the door. Asterisk, try to relax. We'll have someone check on you soon. Asterisk. The door clicked shut behind her. Silence wrapped around him. Thick. Suffocating. Ethan stared at the mirror. His own reflection looked back. Exhausted. Hollow. But something was wrong. He leaned closer. His breath fogged the glass. His reflection wasn't moving. His chest clenched. His real hands trembled. But the reflection's hands were still. Cold dread crawled up his spine. Then, a smile. Not his smile. Lily's. Slow. Sinister. A whisper slithered into his ear. Asterisk, you can't run from me, love. Asterisk. The lights flickered. His reflection distorted. The glass rippled like water. Then, a hand shot out from the mirror. Fingers wrapped around his wrist, cold as death. Ethan screamed, "Yank back!" But the grip was iron. The mirror pulled him closer. His body lurched forward, his face inches from the glass. Lily's eyes gleamed on the other side. Asterisk, let's go home, Ethan. Asterisk. The lights exploded. Glass shattered. Darkness swallowed him whole. The officer returned minutes later. The room was empty. No Ethan. No sign of a struggle. Just the broken mirror, cracks spiraling out like veins. And in the reflection, Lily stood there, smiling, waiting, and Ethan, trapped beside her, his mouth open in a silent scream. The officer shivered. Something about the air felt wrong, but she didn't see what was in the glass. Didn't see Ethan pounding on the other side. Didn't hear his muffled cries. She only sighed, muttering to herself. Asterisk, damn. Another one. Asterisk. And with that, she turned off the light and walked away, leaving Ethan behind. Forever. Would you like me to continue? Or does this chilling ending work for you? Here's the continuation, deepening the mystery and horror. Darkness wrapped around Ethan like a suffocating blanket. He couldn't see, couldn't move. He couldn't even breathe. The silence was deafening, broken only by the sound of his own pulse hammering in his ears. But he felt it, the presence. Lily. She was there, somewhere. Her cold fingers brushed against his skin, sending a jolt of terror through him. Asterisk, she was real. She was real. She had to be real, asterisk. He fought to open his eyes, but they felt heavy, as if a weight pressed down on his eyelids. The air felt thick, like being underwater, every breath strained, every movement sluggish. He tried to move, but his limbs felt like lead. Panic surged. What was happening to him? The last thing he remembered was the mirror. Lily's reflection. Her twisted smile. Her eyes weren't hers. His heart skipped. Had her eyes always been that way? Dark. Hollow. The same eyes that had watched him, smiled at him. That wasn't Lily. A voice echoed in his mind. You were never meant to escape, Ethan. The darkness pressed in, suffocating him. He gasped for air. Asterisk, no. No, no, no. I can't stay here, asterisk. But the room wouldn't let him go. The walls seemed to close in, the floor shifting beneath him. It was like being inside a nightmare, a twisted, endless cycle that pulled him deeper. He closed his eyes, desperate to break free of the horror. And when he opened them again, the darkness had lifted. But everything was different. The room had changed. The walls were no longer smooth and white. They were cracked, stained, twisted, like they had been here for decades. The air was thick with mildew, and the scent of decay lingered, heavy in his nostrils. His breath caught. He wasn't in the interrogation room anymore. He was in a place far darker, a place that had been waiting for him. And then, a figure appeared in front of him, stepping out from the shadows. Lily. But her smile was gone. Her eyes were empty, black like the abyss. Her face, no longer soft and warm, was twisted, contorted in a grotesque expression. Asterisk, you shouldn't have tried to run, Ethan. Asterisk. Her voice was hollow, distant. Asterisk, I told you. You can't escape me. Asterisk. Ethan stumbled back, his legs failing him. There was nowhere to go. Nowhere to hide. Lily, please. But the words died in his throat as he looked into her eyes. He was trapped, stuck in this nightmare with her. Forever. She stepped closer, her fingers brushing his cheek, cold and smooth like ice. Asterisk, you were never meant to leave me, Ethan. You were always mine. Asterisk. His breath caught in his throat. Her touch seared his skin, sending an electric shock through him. His vision blurred. The edges of reality seemed to bend and warp. He couldn't tell where the nightmare ended and reality began. All he knew was that Lily had won. And now, the room, the walls, the air, everything began to pulse around him. A rhythm. A heartbeat. Her heartbeat. Asterisk, we'll never be apart, Ethan. Asterisk. Her lips brushed his ear, her breath cold. Asterisk, I'm always with you. Asterisk. The darkness swallowed him whole, and there was no escape. Here's the continuation, driving deeper into the horror and psychological terror. Ethan's chest tightened. The darkness pressed down harder, suffocating him. He tried to scream, but the words died before they could form. His lungs burned. The air was thick, like he was drowning in it. Lily's voice echoed in his ears. Asterisk, you think you can escape me? Asterisk. Her laugh was cold, mocking. The walls around him seemed to close in, shifting like a living thing. Ethan staggered backward, feeling the rough texture of the walls scrape against his skin. His breath was shallow, ragged. I can't breathe. His mind spun, reality warping into a twisted, nightmarish blur. The lights above flickered, casting long, eerie shadows on the walls. He turned frantically, searching for an escape. But all he saw was her, Lily. Her face twisted in a grin that was more sinister than anything he'd ever seen before. Her eyes were black, deep, empty voids. The kind of emptiness that consumed everything. Asterisk, I gave you everything, Ethan. Asterisk, her voice was soft, yet chilling. Asterisk, I showed you my love. And now you belong to me. Forever. Asterisk, Ethan's vision blurred. His heart raced faster, the sound of it pounding in his ears. No, this wasn't real. It couldn't be real. She wasn't real. He took a step back, his legs shaking beneath him. The room shifted again, the shadows creeping closer. The walls pulsated with a low, rhythmic hum. Ethan reached out, his hands trembling as they brushed against the surface of the wall. And then, a sudden, sharp pain shot through his chest. He gasped, staggering, his vision going black around the edges. His hand flew to his chest, where his heart was beating so wildly it felt as if it would tear itself out of his body. You belong to me, Ethan, Lily whispered, her voice dripping with venom. Asterisk, forever. Asterisk. The shadows swallowed him. He felt himself being pulled, dragged deeper into the darkness. His heart raced. His mind screamed for help. But no one could hear him. There was no one left to save him. All that remained was Lily, her dark presence consuming him, pulling him into the void. His body felt heavy. He couldn't move, couldn't think, only feel. Lily's cold hands wrapped around his throat, tightening. Asterisk, don't worry, love. Asterisk, her breath was icy against his ear. Asterisk, this is just the beginning. Asterisk, Ethan's body convulsed, his vision fading. The last thing he saw was her smile. Wide, unforgiving. And then, nothing. Here's the continuation, leading to an even darker and more unsettling ending. Nothing. Ethan was gone. His body lay lifeless in the void, suspended between worlds. There was no light, no sound, only a deep, suffocating silence. But in the stillness, something stirred. A presence. It hovered, faint at first, like a whisper on the edge of consciousness. The faintest sensation of movement. His mind was still there, locked in the darkness. Asterisk, I told you, Ethan, you're mine now. Asterisk. The words drifted through his mind, slow and methodical. Lily's voice. Her voice was all that was left, echoing in the emptiness. Asterisk, and you'll never leave me. Not this time. Asterisk. Ethan's consciousness flickered. He felt a cold touch, like ice against his skin. His eyes snapped open. But the world was different. He wasn't in the room anymore. He wasn't even in his body. He was inside something else. A place that twisted and writhed like a living nightmare. Shapes moved in the darkness. Creatures, shadows, figures that defied description. Ethan tried to scream, but his mouth couldn't form the words. The pressure around him grew tighter, more suffocating. You're mine, Ethan, Lily whispered again, her voice like a lullaby in the dark. Asterisk, and now, you will never escape me. Never again. Asterisk. Ethan tried to push against the walls, to break free. But the more he fought, the more the darkness seemed to close in. The walls stretched around him, endless. No door, no exit. Only the cold, hollow laugh of Lily. The air was thick with despair, the weight of eternity pressing down on him. He was trapped. Forever. Asterisk, you're mine. Asterisk. Lily's voice was the last thing he heard. And then, Silence. The end of all things. Here's the continuation, adding a deeper layer to the eerie conclusion. The infinite void stretched on, a landscape that was neither dark nor light, just being. Ethan floated within it, a mere fragment of the vast emptiness. Yet somehow, he felt everything. He was part of this place now, no longer a man, but a presence, an essence woven into the fabric of the void. And Lily was always there. She didn't need to speak anymore. Her presence was the language of the darkness itself. It wrapped around him, caressed him, and whispered the truth of this new existence. In this place, there was no time, no past, no future. Only now, the eternal present, forever intertwined with Lily's soul. His thoughts no longer felt like his own. They melded with hers, becoming part of her consciousness. It was strange at first, a disorienting feeling of merging. But then it felt natural. This was what it was meant to be. Lily had been right all along. They were meant to be together. Forever. As time, if you could even call it time, passed, Ethan felt himself becoming more and more connected to the darkness around him. He could feel the movements of the void, the subtle shifts, the pulse of energy flowing like a current. It was alive in a way he could never have understood before. And then he felt it, a tremor in the fabric of the void. A presence that wasn't his, wasn't Lily's. It wasn't anything from this realm. A ripple of fear surged through him. It felt alien. In that moment, Ethan realized that even this endless, dark eternity wasn't free from the reach of the unknown. The shadows flickered, the pulse of the void stuttered. And then, asterisk at asterisk spoke. A whisper that seemed to come from the edges of his mind. Asterisk, you are not the first, Ethan. Asterisk, the words echoed in the void, a warning that made the darkness feel colder. Ethan shivered, the presence of the unknown pressing in from all sides. Asterisk, there are others. Asterisk, the voice was hollow, like a distant memory trying to claw its way into the now. Asterisk, and they too are mine. Asterisk, Ethan's mind screamed, but it was no use. In this place, no one could escape. Not even him. Not even Lily. The void had claimed them both. And now it was claiming more. And in that endless, eternal darkness, Ethan finally understood. There was no true escape from the void. No true freedom. Not even death could offer release. It was a never-ending cycle, a loop of souls claimed and consumed, forever entwined in the darkness. The shadows were endless, and so was their prison, forever. Here's the continuation, delving further into the unsettling finality of the story. As Ethan stepped into the void, the world he once knew evaporated completely. The very fabric of reality unraveled around him, threads of light and color dissipating into nothing. He was surrounded by darkness, but it wasn't empty. It was alive. The shadows seemed to breathe with him, pulsing in a rhythm that matched the beat of his heart. He could feel his soul being pulled into the center of this place, toward a strange, infinite abyss. And yet, there was no fear left in him, no panic, no longing for escape. The terror that had once gripped him, the dread of losing himself to Lily, was gone. He was one with this place now. He could feel it. Lily's essence was all around him, filling him, and for the first time since the beginning of this nightmare, Ethan felt at peace. Her presence was constant, like a warm embrace in the dark. You belong to me, she whispered, but the words didn't send chills down his spine. They were soothing now, a lullaby sung to a soul finally at rest. Her image flickered in the distance, her face twisted with that same sinister smile, but it no longer haunted him. It was comforting. She had promised him that they would never be apart. And now, Ethan understood, this was forever. The darkness swirled around him, now a part of him, and he could feel it stretching outward, expanding. It was alive, breathing through him, becoming him, a part of something larger than himself. He was no longer a prisoner. He had transcended. His consciousness merged with the void, and in that moment, he became one with everything. The walls that had once confined him disappeared entirely, leaving only infinite space, endless, eternal. And in that space, Lily's voice was a constant echo, a reminder that he was never truly lost. "Welcome home, Ethan," she repeated, as though the words were a sacred mantra. And as he floated in the infinite abyss, he realized that this was his home now. Not the world he had left behind, not the life he had once known, but here, in this endless dark, asterisk with her star. Forever. Here's the final ending, bringing the story to a chilling and graceful close. The silence stretched on, endless and all-consuming. Ethan's mind was lost in the abyss. There were no more screams, no more tears, only the crushing weight of despair. He no longer felt his body, nor the pull of gravity. He was a ghost, drifting in an endless void of his own making. A place where time did not exist, where memories faded into nothingness. And yet, deep within the darkness, he could still feel her presence. Lily, her cold touch lingered, always there, wrapping around him like chains. "I told you," her voice echoed in his mind. Asterisk, "You were always mine." Asterisk. For a moment, Ethan almost forgot what it was like to be alive. He forgot the world outside, the people, the life he once knew. It was all gone, lost to the shadows. But deep down he understood. This was his fate now. To live in this place, trapped in an endless loop of torment. Her torment. He had no way to fight it anymore. No way to escape. And yet, as the darkness tightened around him, a strange feeling began to stir within. A faint flicker of awareness. A realization. He was no longer the victim. He wasn't the helpless one. He had become part of her world. He had become part of her. Lily had made him hers. And in some twisted way, that was all that mattered now. The darkness began to shift. It no longer felt like a prison. It was his new reality. Ethan let go. He allowed the darkness to consume him completely. He accepted it, asterisk her asterisk, with a quiet, resigned surrender. The pull of her presence was no longer terrifying. It was familiar, comforting, and in the end, that was all he needed. The room around him faded into nothingness. The walls, the shadows, the whispers of Lily, they all melted away. There was only her, standing before him, smiling with a wicked tenderness. Asterisk, "Welcome home, Ethan." Asterisk. And as he stepped into the void, he realized, asterisk, he was home now, asterisk.